Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And this is one of the strangest looking pennies we've ever had. It's a 1988 D penny from the Denver Mint. And if you look at it, it almost looks like it's pockmarked all over. And can you kind of see all those little dots? Some people have told me there's something to do with either having some kind of fluid on during the cooling process or having some kind of oil on there. If we look at this, even at the top, we see that we're kind of got a doubling up there where it kind of is a little offset and a lot of extra materials on there. And this isn't just an angle. You can see the extra dots and all the stuff up there. And then if you look at Lincoln's face, it's all kind of pockmarked, the Liberty and everything else. And you're going, well, I can't really tell if it's supposed to be like that or not. Well, let me show you a 1988 Philadelphia penny. This is what an uncirculated penny is supposed to look like, or a circulated penny. I mean, it's not just that it's uncirculated. Let's pull a 1988 circulated penny. Doesn't have any of the pockmarks or anything on it. So it's not that just that this is uncirculated. We see that it's just a strange looking penny. If we tip it up on its edge, we see that it doesn't quite go over to the sides, but then if we tip it up on its back, we see the same exact thing. Almost looks like the Lincoln Memorial in the rain. And this is what the back's supposed to look like. Now you're going, well, maybe this is some kind of special penny here. It's not. A special penny would be something like this. This is the S penny. Now, of course, we don't expect it to look like that with the different polishing on it and everything. This is San Francisco Mint. So, in 1988, they made pennies at the San Francisco Mint, but only proof sets. And that's this one right here. They made 3.26 million. They also made them at the Denver Mint, which is this one right here. And the Denver Mint, of course, with the D on it, they made 5.25 billion. So they made over 5 billion of these, 5.25 billion. So you can see where they make some kind of mistake. And then at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988, they made 6 billion. So between the three mints, they made about 11.5 billion of these. So you're going to see, well, of course you're going to have some errors. Now, is this an error coin that might be of some value? It might be, just because it's such a funny little thing. It does have some edge issues down here too, on the front and the back. Let's see if we can see any more. If we look at that United States up there, we see a little bit more extra material coming off the top there. See it right on top of the T and the E where it kind of doubles. So this is kind of a fun, funny, interesting coin. What is it worth? Well, in uncirculated condition, generally it's worth 35 to 50 cents. An uncirculated S-Mint coin like this one right here is going to be worth about $2 to $3, and you can see why. Now, because this is a 1988 coin, we also want to talk about something they did between 1988 and 1989. And if you look at this FG over here in 1988, you'll see that the F and the G are both kind of straight, and the G just goes straight up. This is a Frank Gasparo initials. So he was the engraver of this coin. So in 1988, when they made this coin, they made it like this, and they had made these initials like this since 1959 when the first Lincoln Memorial reverse came out. In 1989, they switched over to a different FG, and you can see it on this one. You can see how there's a little tail coming down off the G on the side here, and then it goes sideways on the top. So essentially what happened was they made the G so it wasn't just a standalone top there. They made it so it had a little sideways and a little down trend on it. So between 1988 and 1989, they switched. Now, one of the things you want to do with the 1989 coin is look for some of these without the tails on them. We may have a few of those that we can look at. Let me see if we can find one or two of them right here. So this is a 1989 coin, And see how it has the straight up G? It doesn't have the tail across the top. So this isn't of much value when we turn it over because we see it's a 1989 Philly. But it is one where they kept the 1988 reverse and put it on the 1989 coin. So if you're looking for 1988 and 1989 coins, look for this reverse on the 1989 and see if you can find the one without the T on the back across the top of the G. And here's another one here. See how this one, this is 1989, how it's supposed to look. This is a 1989 when they used the old 1988 form. So that's what we got. All right, so see if you can find any coins like this. If you have any like this, put them in the comment section or send them to me because this is really kind of cool. And I don't know what it's worth. I'll take it to a couple collectors and say, what's going on here? Look at that awful D on that 1989. What's going on here? Why is there such a difference in the covering or the coating on the front and back of this coin? All right. Well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.